All right, Maximus Analysis here for December 3rd, 2015 at the close. We had a pretty significant sell-off today, following up from yesterday. And again, this red line is the midpoint of the chop level. So we're looking at basically at the 50%. We had the measured move from last October, and they closed below this 2065 level, which was the weekly sell signal that I had on the weekly. So you could see that they had a small little doji last week, and you can see that they're, but again, this candle is not closed. It will be closing tomorrow. So they have a sell signal, but that doesn't mean that they are going to be closing near the lows. So you just got to be a little cautious. Again, they got down to 2040 today. So again, we'll see they're having a little rebound today, but right now. But again, you can remember that that's pretty much just short covering going into the close. This is how the 15-minute looked into there. So you're going to get the pop. You're going to get a lot of these. So we want to see what the overnight session looks like. And again, if you're a buyer of the dipper, this might be something that, again, you're looking to get a better setup. So my advice is to wait for a break of a high. It probably could save you some money. And then use those lows so you have a defined risk versus, they always have to, you have to have something to leverage off of. I'm not a person that's just going to buy because it's going down and it can't go down any further. There's people that did that today at 2060, 2055, 2050. And again, you just wait for a setup to happen. So we'll see what this looks like overnight. The NQ again sold. This was the move again from last October. You have the YM down about 267, getting to the midpoint and right at a little bit under that 200-day moving average as well, but they pretty much stopped at that midpoint as well. So midpoints, you could definitely see the value of them. It's been here with support here. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Now, the crude, I think they have something going on tomorrow. So we'll see if it breaks down, it continues to break down, or if they're going to get back above that 42 level. You had a lot of things that were kind of moving. So you had the bonds actually sold off very, very hard today. And again, I know that I spoke about the inverse relationship with them yesterday. So you have the ZN here, which is the 10-year. The last one I just showed you is the, I think it's the 5-year. And then you have ZB as well. So you have ZN, ZB, and Z. Oops, I got to give you the ZF. Let me put that one in properly. And you have the ZF as well that continue down. This is the 5-year. But the financial stocks, if you look at the Goldman Sachs, those got beat up today. They followed through again at the midpoint. They got Bank of America again. This one doesn't look bad at all in regard to where it's positioned within the trend versus Goldman Sachs, but they did have a significant movement. Again, they're holding low. So as long as they hold kind of this low here on Bank of America, I'm just looking at this as like a pullback. It breaks below this, then I'll be like, okay, now we have to see what's going on just based on the price action. Okay, they ripped all the way up and now they could come back and get above these highs. As weird as it sounds, I need them sometimes to not just break one pivot back, but two pivot backs to be, a significant move. You have Morgan Stanley. Again, this is something that they need to break these lows, okay, 33. So right now, they have increased in volume, but the big boy out of there, which is Goldman Sachs, was the one that pretty much got beat up. So we saw some names also sell off. The IWM did sell off as well, is back below that and closed near the lows with high volume. So we'll see how much more juice they got in the tank regarding that. You had Google down, but still in uptrends. You had Tesla actually stayed hovering. I was looking to short this one, but I won't. I didn't want to get the first tap of the of the lows. So again, looking at a 15-minute, you can see that it tapped. This is a bit near the low of the previous day. You can see right here, broke it and then closed back above. So I'll wait and sometimes look on an intraday chart. And again, I don't want to get overly bearish because I can do that and it's a fault at times. So I'm just going to watch and see what the hell it does. So you have LinkedIn broke this ascending triangle, but then still needs to hold this area, which it has so far. So again, if they have a big update tomorrow, you can see you kind of want to make sure that you're looking at the trend and kind of what's going on. And LinkedIn, of course, has these island patterns all over, which can be very annoying. You had Apple actually, again, holding these levels down, and you could kind of see where things are going. And again, we'll see what happens tomorrow. especially being that one of the heavier names for the Dow. You have Facebook, again, it's just pulling back. But again, if it doesn't break below this 100, I'm not getting overly bearish. Okay, now it could slice through it tomorrow, and that's fine, but I can only tell you what I have to look at today. Now, there's nothing in the past that we're really looking at. So this, you can see this is a kind of top in here, right here. So you see this 99.25 is previous highs. I mean, that now become support. So we have this band of this previous high and this previous low around 175, and we'll see how that one plays out. Again, the other names that were kind of up was FIT was up 77, which was weird, but it's still coming, just breaking above IPO low. So again, you can look at that stuff, but make sure you're looking at the overall trend as well. And you had Twitter again was up. So you can see there was kind of a wash with things, but I'm trying not to get overly bearish on anything, you know, with the SPY and stuff like that. I'm just trying to see what is going to happen overnight, because again, they're at 2050 right now, but that doesn't mean that this retracement could just be a nice healthy retracement. And if this would be, I posted on Twitter some overnight levels that you might want to look at, and I'll state them here for you guys actually. And the levels to look at overnight are 2070, 75, 2059, 50, 2048, and 2036, 75 if they get there. So now they're coming. 2048 was right here. And they, you know, they got above it, and again, we'll see if the resistance would be 2059 around here, and again 2075, which is kind of where around where they held and then broke down and went down there. So we'll see what happens, and again, take care. Again, we're trying to see exactly what is going on, because you did, you know, want to see if gold and all these things will start rallying because of this type of movement here. So again, we'll keep a close eye on things and just try to take it accordingly. Okay, take care.